Many games today push aside unique storytelling by copying game formulas proven to sell to the masses. Alan Wake is not one of those titles. Developed by Remedy Entertainment, the creators of the Max Payne franchise, the game was released on the Xbox 360 in late May of 2010, after a really long development period, and it was ported to the PC in mid-February of 2012. The game is laid out in an episodic arrangement, with 6 episodes and 2 downloadable content packages that tell the chilling story of Alan's visit to Bright Falls. The story is accompanied by awesome graphics, unique gameplay, and tons of collectibles to find. During this Let's Play, I'll be playing on the normal difficulty. There will be no deaths, and all of the collectibles that are unlockable on the normal difficulty will be found. This includes manuscript pages, thermoses, canned pyramids, TV shows, radio shows, etc. Lastly, I'll be attempting to make this series as cinematic as possible as to immerse you, the viewer, in the masterful storytelling of this game. Without further ado, let's get started.
Stephen King once wrote that nightmares exist outside of logic, and there's little fun to be had in explanations. They're antithetical to the poetry of fear. In a horror story, the victim keeps asking why, but there can be no explanation, and there shouldn't be one. The unanswered mystery is what stays with us the longest, and it's what we'll remember in the end. My name is Alan Wake. I'm a writer. I've always had a vivid imagination, but this dream unsettled me. It was wild and dark and weird, even by my standards. So yes, it began with a dream. Following a typical nightmare pattern, I was late, desperately trying to reach my destination, a lighthouse. For some urgent reason, I couldn't remember. I'd been driving too fast down a coastal road to get there. I'd seen the hitchhiker too late. He was dead. I was convinced they'd put me in jail and I would never see Alice again. Suddenly, his body was gone. I was in shock from the crash. I could hardly stay on my feet.
Welcome to Alan Wake, everybody. Just a quick note before we begin. Both games, Silent Hill and this game, Alan Wake, feature a car crash at the beginning of the story, and both protagonists think at one point that the events of the game are just hallucinations caused by a concussion. Now, there's a thermos over here, and I mentioned that we would be getting all the collectibles that are unlockable on the normal difficulty.
Lighthouse. I knew there was something important waiting for me there.
So we're just gonna go grab that quick.
The bridge had collapsed. I'd have to find another way to the lighthouse.
Another thing I'll be attempting to do is not talking as Alan or any other characters in the story talk, because that takes away from the immersion of the game. So let's continue along this path. And is that the person we hit? Looks like it.
You don't even recognize me, do you, Ryder? You think you're God? You think you can just make up stuff? Play with people's lives and kill them when you think it adds to the drama? You're in this story now, and I'll make you suffer.
As we head down those stairs, it should be noted that there's a QR code that you can scan with your phone. This takes you directly to the Facebook page for the Alan Wake game. Let's continue on. This basically just serves as, teaching us the mechanics of the game, so we know what we're doing when we fight these shadow enemies later on. Here we learn the dodge mechanic of the game, which I'm not going to be using all that much, I don't think, although I do not know yet. Just because it's, makes the harder difficulties a lot easier, and normal isn't that hard to begin with. And I'm not very good at dodging, so
I realized
It appears as though the enemy is now gone and the gate is no longer possessed, so let's continue on through this bridge.
How does it feel to die by the hands of your own creation?
Definitely want to run away from that. Anything involving a shadow is dangerous in this game. With this game involving the constant battle between light and darkness. Of course, the light is our ally, so we want to stay in it as much as possible. Now these light posts here are supposed to be checkpoints, but turns out that the darkness is too strong for us in our nightmare, so we are helpless. We should probably get across this bridge so we can see this friendly person up here, and maybe he can help us out. Well, there goes the bridge. Yes, let's get inside.
Oh no! Stop! No! Damn it, die! No! No! No!
I was trapped. There was no way out.
So here we are, inside of a log cabin, being tormented by our own creation, about to die. No escape in sight. The eye on the TV is a reference that will keep popping up throughout the game, so keep that in mind. If you've not played this game before, you are in for a treat, as I will explain some of the things throughout the game that may not make sense at first, but will later on as the story develops.
Had to get out.
Another problem is that this light is almost extinguished, so we will be in darkness pretty soon if we do not escape.
Follow the light. You are hurt. You should go into the light. You are only safe there.
So now we're entering the first safe haven of the game. This will act as the checkpoint of the game, and will also heal you. Unfortunately, the light goes out.
I have something important to tell you. It goes like this. For he did not know that beyond the lake he called home lies a deeper, darker ocean green, where waves are both wilder and more serene. To its ports I've been. To its ports I've been. Do you understand? No. Follow my light.
As the story develops, we'll learn more about this poem. It actually has a lot to do with what will happen later on.
I entered your dream to teach you. The darkness is dangerous. It's sleeping now. When it feels you coming, it will wake up. There's no time. I can only show you the most important thing. The hitchhiker has been taken over by the dark presence. You can't hurt him now. The darkness protects him from all harm. Only light can drive the darkness away and make him vulnerable again. Here, take the light.
So this light has given us a flashlight to use towards the taken enemies. There's two modes for the flashlight. There's regular, where you just aim it at the enemy and it'll slowly drain their shadow, or their darkness, rather. And then if you press the left mouse button, it focuses on them.
Inside, controlling him. He can't be saved. He's still a threat. He is still your enemy. Here, take the gun.
Now that his darkness shield is down, we can pick up the revolver and shoot him. There are more than just the revolver in this game.
Remember what I've taught you. That is all. I will give you back your dream now. In the nightmare, a terrible darkness was taking over the world. The lighthouse was the last safe place on Earth.
So now with the main combat mechanics in this game, we can shoot down that can pyramid over there, which is one of the unlockables of the game, and I believe an achievement for the game. Of course, now we'll also start facing enemies, and we will not have light to run into to get away from them. Therefore, we need to use our newly obtained revolver and light to keep them at bay. Going to grab some ammo quick just to make sure that I have enough to reach the end of the dream alright. Another thing to note is that Alan can't run all the time. He needs to stop and take breaths, so this gives time for enemies to catch up if you're out of breath. This makes the game a little bit more strategic, as you need to know when to run and when to walk. Just take out these two enemies quick. Also, you can tap the reload button and it reloads a bit faster, although not much. Seems like up here we have some flares, which are very helpful but are very scarce in this game. Before I jump down there though, I should grab this coffee thermos, which is number 2 in the game, I believe.
Just like...
Well, since we have a flare and we're seriously outnumbered, what we can do is shoot a flare or two at these gentlemen, and it should take them out. And since none of the guns will carry over into the next game, or the next chapter, I should say, we don't have to worry about running out of ammo. It seems we've almost reached the lighthouse. It's just a short walk away. Or is it?
I can keep this up forever.
Well, with the Darkness Tornado back, we need to get across this bridge before it takes it out. Flying projectiles are very constant in this area. There's one last coffee thermos for this nightmare right here, so let's grab that and head inside the lighthouse to end the dream.
Shh, baby. Just another nightmare. Everything's fine. You dozed off.
Right. Anything more than dozed off would be news for everyone.
Cheer up, handsome. We're here.
So here we are in Bright Falls, safe and sound. Let's talk to Alice.
We're on vacation. Go stand next to that old gentleman there. I want a shot of you with the town in the background.
Sure. I'll even give you a title for the shot. A city boy, moments before he got eaten by a bear. Hi.
Hello there. You picked a good time to visit our town. Deerfest is just 2 weeks away.
Deerfest, huh? Did you hear that, honey?
You have a lovely wife. If you don't mind me saying. I'm Pat Maine, by the way. Nice to meet you.
Yeah. I'm Alan Wake.
I won't pretend I don't recognize a famous writer such as yourself, Mr. Wake. A pleasure. I'm an avid reader myself. I hope this isn't too presumptuous of me, but I'm the night host at the local radio station. Any chance I could get an interview?
Look, Mr. Maine, I'm on vacation. In fact, I'd appreciate it if we could keep my being here just between the two of us. I'm sure you understand.
Fair enough. You can trust me to be discreet. Not a hard man to track down if you change your mind, though. I hope you two have a lovely holiday.
Very nice. I got a couple of really good ones. And I see you made a friend. That's cute.
Right. Yeah?
Hey, bestseller, how's my favorite writer? Are you there yet?
Barry. Yeah. We just got here.
Are the locals giving you trouble? Just say the word and I'll hop on a plane and come make sure that you're left alone, Al.
No, Barry, we're fine.
Great, great. Just want to make sure you can relax
Damn
and
yuppies.
recharge. So, how is the place? Has it gotten your creative juices flowing?
Barry, we're just settling in.
Okay, Al. I'll call back later to make sure
We'll see
you're
who
doing
has the
okay.
last
And you
laugh.
call me if there's a problem, okay? Okay. Just looking out for you, buddy. Talk to you later.
I love you too, Barry.
You know
Well, that man
it's
sure is
gonna be
unfriendly.
every 5 minutes.
Barry is Barry. I can always turn off the phone.
What did I tell you?
Text message from Barry. He says hi to you too.
I'm glad the cars don't have license plates.
Alan, we're here. Come on, let's get back to the car.
We need to stop at the local diner to get the cabin key from the landlord, a Mr. Carl Stuckey. He's waiting for us. I'll go fill her up while you get the key. I'll pick you up here in, say, 15 minutes.
Sure.
Alan, thank you for coming here with me.
I love you too. Go on. I'll promise to behave. I'd forgotten there were still places like this. Towns where everybody knew everybody.
Welcome to the Oh Dear Diner.
Hi, I was wondering if you could help me. I'm looking for...
Mr. Wake. Alan Wake. Oh, God! I am your biggest fan. I know people say that all the time, but I really am.
I'm glad to hear that.
Rose.
Rose, I'm looking for Mr. Stuckey. Carl Stuckey?
Carl? Oh, of course, Mr. Wake. He must have gone to visit the restroom. He'll be back in a moment. I can't believe it. I've got all your books. I got the cutout from the bookstore when they took it out of the window.
And you keep it here. Well, okay. Good for you.
The Oh Dear Diner is a reference to the Double R Diner in Twin Peaks. The actual diner where the show was filmed has an identical layout.
Right now, coconut number 6 in the jukebox. I'd do it myself, but both of my legs have gone to sleep. Bad circulation. Yeah.
Are you serious? Coconut again? You disgust me. Call yourself a rocker. Unbelievable. Ha!
I really don't like this song, but for the sake of this old man, I'll put this on.
Drink them both up.
Just because we're brothers, don't think I won't murder you in your sleep.
That's not a very nice thing to say. Looks like it got stuck.
That's my favorite tune. Coconut. Now that's what I'm talking about. Yes.
I don't really see how anyone could actually like that song, but anyway, let's pick up this thermos quick. I'm sure you have.
Don't go in there, young man. You can hurt yourself in the dark.
I think I can handle it, ma'am. I didn't want to wait. I wanted to find Stuckey, to get the key and get out as soon as possible. The waitress was giving me a headache. Overeager fans always did.
Let's knock on this door and see if Carl is willing to give us the key.
Hello? Mr. Stuckey?
Carl couldn't make it. Unfortunately, he was taken ill. But I have the key for you and instructions on how to get to the lake.
Okay.
I wish you a good stay in my cabin. I'll come by later to check how you've settled in. And to meet your wife. I insist.
Thanks.
Now that we have the key, we can continue on.
Cauldron Lake is a special place. Very inspiring.
Please stop talking to me. You are creepy. And Cynthia Weaver.
Young man, you can hurt yourself in the dark.
Cynthia Weaver is very insane.
Are you all right?
Splendid, splendid! Damn hernia. It swells up like a balloon if I lift anything heavier than a spoon. Yeah, splendid, splendid. It's been a long time, Tom. Good to see you. Hey, you...
The Andersons, they're, local musicians. We're waiting for Dr. Hartman to come pick them up. They wandered off from his clinic at the Cauldron Lake Lodge.
Well, it's good to see that everyone in this town is sane. Let's leave.
Mr. Wake.
Mission accomplished. The key and the directions.
My hero. I got some flashlights, just in case.
Hey, wait! Mrs. Wake! Your keys!
That diner was a real nut house.
Can you believe this place? This would make a wonderful setting for a book.
We're supposed to be on vacation, Alice. I'll figure it out when we get back home. Okay?
Okay. We can talk about this later.
Batman here on KBFF.
I didn't want to talk about it. I wanted to bury my head in sand.
Here's another one of my favorites to go with it.
Once upon a time, I was a successful writer, but that was a long time ago. I hadn't been able to write a word in 2 years. Not since my last book.
And now the weather. It's gonna be a clear night, so you folks in the big city might want to look up every once in a while. See those stars winking down at you? It gets pretty dark out here, but they'll light your way.
So here we are in Diver's Isle, possibly one of the most important locations of the game.
It's gorgeous, Alan.
It's something, all right. Don't worry, honey. I'll get you inside safe and sound before it gets dark. And I've got the flashlight.
I know. I'm okay.
Alice had a phobia. The fear of darkness. I wanted to make sure we were inside with the lights on before sunset.
Really quick, there's a coffee thermos up here that I'm going to grab. So, as we're walking up, I'll just finish talking about Twin Peaks very quick. This game is heavily influenced by Twin Peaks, and the show is about an FBI agent investigating the town of Twin Peaks, where a young girl was murdered. As the show goes on, things get stranger and stranger. If you've ever played the game Deadly Premonition by Access Games, that game also heavily references the show. If you're interested in that game, I recommend watching Super Great Friends Let's Play of the game. It's featured on Something Awful in his YouTube page. He also has a lot of other great Let's Plays, but we'll save that for another time. So let's head back down to the cabin, which is a very long hike down this hill, and turn the power on so Alice does not get freaked out by the darkness, which is a very key part in the story, that being her fear to the darkness. So here's the cabin, looks very run down, almost looks like a face, to me at least. Bird leg cabin. There are birds in this game that we will face as enemies, but I'll talk about that later on.
It's dark in there. We need lights. Can you figure out how to get the power on, honey?
Sure thing, Alice. Just let's listen to this radio really quick.
Hello? Anyone here?
Already started to arrive. Just ran into one on the ferry. A famous artist, no less. We'll see if we can rope him into an interview later on. Now, let's go to the phones. Caller, you're on KBF-FM.
Hi, Pat. It's Rose.
Why, hello, Rose. What's on your mind?
I know who that famous artist was. It was Alan Wake, wasn't it? He's my favorite writer.
Well, Rose, I
just saw him at the diner. Oh, I am so excited he's here.
I'm sure he's glad to be here, too. Well, folks, I guess the secret's out. This is Pat Maine on KBF-FM. And now, some music.
Great. So much for keeping a low profile.
Well, it's great that the town is now alerted of our presence and we will never hear the end of it. Thank you, Alice. I did not see that. I was being sarcastic, by the way. Let's turn this generator on so Alice can step foot inside the house.
Connected to the power cable.
This is a common mechanic in the game, starting up generators by pressing the right button, as it is in the green section of that little wheel there.
The lights are on. Good work, honey. I'll freshen up a bit and start settling in.
Okay.
Oh.
I'll look around a bit.
Sure thing.
I'm sure she will.
The island had one. It was a beautiful place. I told myself I could rest here, sleep here, and forget about my work. I thought we could be happy here. Love story. Maybe it would be that again.
Okay, now that the sun is setting, we should probably head inside. We don't want to be outside when the darkness hits. That would be very dangerous. So let's go in and let's see what Alice is up to.
Alice? Honey?
Let's grab this coffee from us quick.
Alan, I'm upstairs. I have a surprise for you.
Oh. There's her pants.
Well, hello there.
I'm not the surprise. It's in the study. Go take a look.
Okay.
Oh, Remedy, you know how to cater this game to young gentlemen like myself.
Surprise!
Alice? What is this?
I guess I have a small confession to make. I thought maybe you could write here that a change of scenery would get you past...
Damn, Alice, everyone
Hey, just hear me out. There's a local doctor, Dr. Hartman. I read a book of his. He has a private clinic here. He specializes in helping artists.
So now you want to get me committed?
No, it's not like that. That's not... Alan? Alan?
Just don't! I don't want to hear it! God damn it, Alice! God damn it!
I knew she wouldn't follow me in the dark. I needed some time alone to think things through. Damn it. Alice?
Alice? Alice!
The cabin had gone
Well,
dark.
that certainly
All
cannot be
lights were
good.
out.
Alice, I'm coming! It's all right, I'm coming!
What the hell?
Alice, we're coming. Calm down.
Alice? Alice? Oh no!
Keep going. Wake up.
Alice?
Waking up in the crashed car felt like I had woken from one nightmare and entered another. I couldn't remember how I got there. All I knew was that something terrible had happened to Alice. The phone was dead. I'd have to find help on foot.
And so begins the journey of Alan Wake. Thank you for watching this episode, and stay tuned for more episodes to come.